Hey there, writers. I know that you have been drafting fast and furious. And since we're in our second round of kind of doing different topics and subtopics of drafting with our partnerships, I thought I could teach you something today that, well, I think is really important when it comes to writing. And that's how we keep it interesting, right? Most of the time, what good writers do is that when they're writing, they have a balance of things. It's not all just facts. And so today what I want to teach you is that to keep our writing interesting, what good writers will do is they will balance facts with their own ideas about a topic to make it so that their voice comes out and is heard. And so that the people who are reading it get a sense that the author cares about this topic too. If you don't have ideas about something, it means you probably don't care about it. Anybody can recite facts, but in our books, we really want to catch our readers' attention. We want to show our unique thoughts and voices, and we can do that by putting a couple of ideas inside of our pieces. Let me show you what I mean. There's lots of ways that you can add ideas to your pieces, but some more common ways are right here inside of my piece. Inside of frog habitats, right, I had done a little bit of writing yesterday, but I want to see if I can maybe turn some of this into, I don't know, a way that I could add some of my own ideas to this and not just the facts that I found in books. Some ways that authors add ideas are with the 4 S's: small stories, an end summary sentence, some so what sentences, or maybe a similar to sentence like a comparison. Let me try a couple of these out. Maybe I could start with a small story. The leaves turn colors and fall first. Okay, so maybe instead of this, I could rewrite this. I could say a frog hops into the clearing on a bright morning and freezes. Frost covers the ground as far as it can see. He knows it's starting to be winter. And he has a special thing to do. Do you see how I started with the story? Already that's like a little bit more interesting, right? I kind of got across the same stuff before, right? That it's cold and the ground is freezing, but adding a story makes it a little more, a little pep in your step, a little more of you inside of the story. And that's really what I want to see. And that's what I think your teachers and everybody wants to see are the you parts of the story. Okay, maybe I can try something else similar to some frogs dig into the ground to stay warm and hibernate in the winter. Maybe I could ask myself, what is this similar to? It's like cozying up under a warm blanket, right? Like, it's kind of like a blanket, right? When they like wrap themselves underground, they're digging themselves into a blanket, just like you dig yourself sometimes into your bed on a cold winter night. Cozying up in a warm blanket for a long, long nap. That's not something I read in a book, but it's an idea that I have, and my ideas are where my voice gets to shine through. It's also true, right? This is a comparison, so it's something that has actually happened. We can still say true things that are our own ideas. Let's see if I can add something else to this, like a so what sentence. Why does this matter? Hibernate means to sleep deeply to avoid dying of hunger and cold. So what? I could say, if they didn't, why does it matter? If they didn't hibernate, all the frogs' blood would freeze because they're cold-blooded. Friends, do you see how I'm doing this? Right? I'm thinking about adding these things, and I'm using a couple of our S's, similar to so what, small story, and summary, to get a little bit more of my ideas on the page, right? My last one's summary. That's sometimes a good one to end with. It's kind of like a part where you might add at the very end something about, what you notice about frogs. And so you could summarize what's happening. Like maybe you could say like, frogs sure are resilient to be able to sleep for a whole winter. It's your turn, friends. You can try this too. You might pause the video and keep this up while you're writing to keep some of those S's inside of your own head so that you can be writing and have a reference to those, or you might write these S's down. But these aren't the only ways you can add ideas. You can add reactions or things that surprise you. You could add what other people might think about this or how it might look to some other people. Regardless, put your voice inside of your drafts. You might be adding more today by adding more facts, but if you can, try to put in some of your own ideas into this piece too, because honestly, that's what everybody wants to hear. We want to hear more of you inside of your stories, and this is a great way to do that. I can't wait to do it. Your stories are going to be like a billion times more interesting after you add some of these things in. Best of luck, friends. Happy writing.